My colleagues Hannah Laufer and Stephen Peachy are just back from the field and wanted to share three examples of how we're working with our partners to use data. At Savings at the Frontier, we are funding providers to develop and refine new and better solutions that link informal savings mechanisms to formal financial services. Informal can include facilitated savings groups, local alternatives, and Susu collection. This is a laboratory where lots of people have been experimenting with customers' coping mechanisms, and intuition plays too large a part in the design process. We put a lot of emphasis on monitoring, research and learning at Savings at the Frontier. Data is part of that, and our partners are beginning to see the value of data more and more. So our first example, are we bringing banking or mobile money to people who don't have it? Or are we making banking and mobile money integrate better with informal savings for people who already use both? At Savings at the Frontier, we used a mix of field research and public domain data to show that it's more about making life easier than about introducing something completely new. In 2017, we found that VSLA members were more likely to be banked than the concurrent National Finscope 2017 survey suggested was true for the rural population generally. 4 out of 5 of the group members we interviewed had also opened a bank account before their group did. We backed this up with detailed analysis of the World Bank's Global Findex and found that informal saving mechanism users who access formal finance outnumbered those who only use informal mechanisms by about 5 to 1. We are now looking at other free-to-use public domain data, such as demographic and health surveys, to tell us more about how the banked and unbanked live their lives, make their money, and the changes that lie behind their saving behaviour. But the most obviously free data source is our partners' own data on how customers take up and use the products on offer. This is the second example of what we have been working on with our partners. We use this data to highlight areas where we need to do more work on understanding the customer. With one of our partners, we looked at account uptake and use reports. At first, we saw what looked like worrying patterns of inactivity, lots of unused accounts, and lots of mobile wallets no longer feeding those accounts. But when we looked at it in more detail, we saw signs that the product was probably meeting a very specific customer need for short-term collective savings, not the longer-term accumulation of money that VSLAs offer. For the accounts that were active, thousands of them, and tens of thousands of linked savers, we saw transactions per user that were holding steady, even through COVID-related lockdowns, and growing amounts of money moving through those accounts. More people were joining per group and more money saved on average at any one time. So what's the story? As we've said, it's probably meeting very short-term collective saving needs. Form a group, build up savings, use them for the agreed purpose and job done. This is a product that can be set up and used for free. If you want to do it again, it costs nothing to come back and do so. To validate this and capitalise on this behaviour, our partner FSP is now going to look at individual group and user data to see whether there are indeed serial group formers, serial participants, and even hunt out participants who become formers. Separately, we will help them identify those who do not go on to repeat use. They then plan to deploy qualitative research tools to find out how to make the product more suitable and bring back those who have given up on the product. This is the power of data.